I hear it has begun, and once begun may be no stopping to occur to her, that escape into the dark, the cold, may present two snags. First, as she already knew, there was a danger perpetual and primal of never coming back, like being swallowed whole by some huge beast and trapped behind locked jaws to slowly decompose. Transformed skin, muscle, blood, and bone, until her essence would flash only through its eyes, cry only through its mouth, speak only through these words. And second, new discovery for her was the possibility that escape had never really worked at all. That she was like a child playing peekaboo who one day is struck bereft, with white-hot knowing that she is not hidden just because she cannot see. Random got me here. I could have stayed a small girl in a backwoods logging town, one stoplight dentist dock, 8 churches and a bar, trees that ache for sky and hear the mill grinding down their days, men who drink themselves into a stupor to ease the pain of broken lives, broken limbs set at home and never proper healed, women canning, quilting, crying, birthing, burying babies, praying, let them come home, Lord, let them come home, from the field, from the forest, from the sea, from the war. After Pop returned from France, his eyes held sadness far away. His voice was falling, always falling. We moved south to San Francisco, big city hills, unfolding fog, air, ocean air, trolley cars, flying skates, Black Cocker George sitting on my homemade swing, barking joy with me and seagulls. Collecting stone people for my toy box. What better place to house them? My kin, my friends. A younger sister born with problems to our orphaned mother, short on patience, resentful, not suited for that needy child. I could have stayed among the hills, been loved by teachers, not dragged against my will to say goodbye because they knew it mattered, knew that doing that would nail me to the loss and let me know unmistakably how much I cared. Then further south to towns in Los Angeles County, learning to be flat. Schools came and went. I could have stayed unschooled, even tried, but safety lay in books and ivory towers. I could have stayed detached, anonymous. Big cities foster that. But nature screams imperatives to mate, and I heard them in my blood, in my brain, in my body, in my arms, in my mouth. So I grabbed for what seemed doable. I could have cut my hands off. I could fathom doing one, but then could not figure how I'd do the other. What looked like normal settled in for 40 years. 40 years. I could have hidden that, perhaps even fooled myself. After all, most of us resign ourselves to disappearing. They say there's even grace and equanimity in that. But longevity presents a new conundrum. I still may have substantial years ahead. When will I cease the plaintive mew? Could have done this, could have done that, and cry out, this is what I want. This justifies the fight. This is worth the risk of waking up to speak my truth. Notice less. Conversely, I wish, well, maybe not, but sometimes I wish that I could will myself to notice less. Outdoors, notice less that air is turning once again. Fig beetles burrow into mulch to await intrusive spring. Satsumas, Texas reds flaunt their swelling. The avocado drips with heavy pendants. None of them have heard your voice, felt your hand, and never will. Indoors, I am desperate to notice less. This new place does not hold your scent. This new chair did not learn your curves, your weight. This new bed does not understand and never will why I hate it. Transport 1. I do long drives, not because I'm broke, not because I'm scared to fly, not because I need control. It's about before and after, the space between gusty winds, cloud banks, and no shoulders, awestruck by the mind inside of big rigs, rolling equanimity, tolerant of my impulsiveness, forgiving usually of the harm's way in which I put them. The ride is seamless, fluid, unaware of how raw sensation is transduced, but still I am changed. Puzzle into mirrors at roadside rests and wonder how she got here. How lucky can she be? How gutsy or naive, slipping through some wormhole. She must know something I don't know. Or the spot up north, where the highway is no longer flanked by billboards touting mama's home-cooked meals, neon gas prices, the best sleep you ever had. Only trees, as far as I can see. Closed formation sentries leading to a portal sky. They begin to chastise, welcome, warn. Well, it took you long enough. Watch for hurting souls up here. Are you finally ready to concede? A foreign voice from somewhere in this body barely resonates. What more reason do I need? Everything is moving towards something. Transport 2. So, this is moving. He said, everything is moving toward something, not just big, important, cosmic things, not just whiny, grasping, desperate things, everything. Not just you moving towards some light I felt but could not see, not just tectonic plates moving over, under, so they say, which I also cannot see, everything. So, if there is a moving toward, some other thing might be left. Perhaps someone. This may be moving toward difficult, away from easy. Signposts seem to help, and space, lots of space. Like mile markers on the highway tell me I'm getting there, somewhere. Then too, the very fact of my moving without the mile markers may not be readily apparent, and yet, everything is so. Toward what? Well, this, like music, towards silence. Me, like you, toward death. But what of the interim between? There is ocean salt, the song of seagull and the whale, the secret place where omelets are an art form. The crone sequestered up the street with barnacles for hair, who has been here since the world began, and a little pea-green boat that will only carry one, or maybe two. 13 Ways of Looking at Dirt. After Wallace Stevens, 13 Ways of Looking at a Blackbird. 1. Sometimes we dish dirt as if that was a bad thing. 2. When I move a plant, I hold the ball of dirt to reassure the plant. 3. The flashing sign said, severe dust storm ahead. Just quiet ghosts of dirt. 4. A maiden and a crone are one. A maiden and a crone and dirt are one. 5. I am drawn to both the onslaught and the aftermath, the blast of winds that carve dirt, the unveiled silent sculpture. 6. People advertise free, clean dirt, especially in spring, a bumper crop. Number 7. I do not wish for sylvan glades, cloudless skies. Harsh dirt is what sustains me. 8. I know other tones in startling, exotic fare, but I know too that dirt is involved. 9. When the dirt washed away, I left a pothole. 10. Soft dirt shaped into a circle berm around a baby tree. I envy and am happy for the tree. 11. The archaeologist's trowel moves meticulous, one speck here, one speck there. Oh, dirt, what secrets might you tell me if I am patient? 12. A glacier moves. Dirt must acquiesce. 13. It is Monday all week. It is beginning. And it is going to begin. Dirt waits for me. Heirloom. Virtually never having known one, it may be just as well to not be called a grandma, but rather coddle foundlings who ask less. It may be just as well to not speak of grandmas, what they did or don't intend, coddle foundlings who need more but ask less. Stitches dropped create a different fabric. Speak of grandmas, what they did or don't intend. To relinquish may be courageous, cruel. Stitches will be dropped to create a different fabric. Fabric well may ache for what it does not know. To relinquish replication may be courageous, kind. Doors swing open wide for the lost and found. The ache of what is not known enters in. Let us blindly weave it strong. Truth and lies. These are the lies I tell. Red, white, and blue, black and blue. Why white? No color, not colorful. Western symbol of innocence, Eastern garb of grief, the wish to protect, defend. Truth is plastic, mutability of gray, dependent on a context. I love you, hate you, each a truth, each a lie. I will talk you into bottomless dark, where white lies self-ignite. You will think the dark is me. Like a bird, you will not see the mirror. Feel it burn clean white until perhaps you do. The night before. This is the night before the big day. The terrible, wonderful, only once big day. The day you will be born, exiled from her ocean, no going back. Will breathe and not know how you know to do that. Will not know it is you who does that. The day you will learn to crawl, to stand, to run, to fall, to discover you can win, can lose, can reach, can doubt. The day when everything can seem possible. The day when nothing will seem possible. This is the unbearable, luminescent, tetherless, inexorable night, just like the next one, and the next one, and the next one, before the always, only big day. The last one. Clear. If someone wonders why, say, as in margins. The doctor says, yes, all the way around. You can breathe now. Make reservations for Dudamel, who will lead Mahler's ninth in 3 months. 3 months. Wrap up the bucket list and stuff it in the freezer like a chunk of spoiled meat if you live in bear country. Throw it out next trash day. As in the way for the fairy queen procession at a Renaissance fair. Aroused and fervent knaves shove feeble crones aside, sprinkle rose petals to soften steps.